I'm Amy Mahaly from Be Well Clinic, and today, in honor of February being Heart Month, I thought we could talk about the heart. The heart is an amazing organ in our bodies, but it's one we often take for granted. I think part of this is because we don't actually have good education about how to take care of our hearts. Of course, we all have been taught the different heart-healthy foods, but many of those foods are actually not the things that are helpful for our heart, and some of them are actually harmful to our heart directly. Heart-healthy cereals and low-fat foods are not what we want to be eating. So let's go ahead and talk about what we should be eating to have an actually healthy heart. The most important nutrients we need for a healthy heart are B vitamins, minerals, and dense animal fat. Let's talk about all three of those categories. First, let's talk about fat. We have all been taught that fat is bad for our hearts, right? You avoid animal fat, you do low-fat foods for your heart health. This has actually been disproven so many times, and I would encourage you to look into this further. The reality is that we need cholesterol. We need animal fat to help keep our blood vessels healed, to help our heart functioning well, to get energy for our bodies from ketones, not just using glucose all the time. There's so much to talk about in terms of animal fat being good for our hearts. And if you are interested to learn more about this, I recommend a few different resources. First, we have 2 videos on cholesterol that you can look up on our channel. Second, there's an amazing book that I will put in the description below called Put Your Heart in Your Mouth by Dr. Natasha Campbell-McBride. It goes through all the science and all the history of the heart health hypothesis, as well as referencing a lot of research studies. Finally, there are a few other books that I find to be helpful as addendums to your research if you're interested in going even deeper, so I will put all of those titles in the description. In addition to eating fat, we also need to make sure that we have a good mineral balance. The 3 main minerals we need are magnesium, calcium, and potassium, and these 3 minerals work in balance, especially for muscles to act correctly. When you have cramps in your legs, one or all of those minerals are off. The heart is no different. The heart is a muscle, except that it's a muscle that can't stop. So when we get lactic acid buildup, we're going to have different symptoms than when you get it in your legs. Also, the balance of calcium, magnesium, and potassium is going to be different depending on the season, how much you're sweating, what your dietary intake looks like. So it's best to not supplement something standard without paying attention. You want to be listening to your body and supplementing. Dense mineral salt is one of the best ways to do this. The 3 salts that I like the most are Baja Gold Salt, Celtic Salt, and Redmond's Real Salt. They all have very different mineral profiles, and how you can know which one you want is by tasting it. Just take a little pinch of each of those salts and see which one your body wants for that day. This is an excellent way to be giving yourself the right minerals for your body. Sometimes we need a little bit more. Potassium you can get from coconut water. Calcium you can get from raw milk or cultured dairy. There are some calcium supplements, but calcium citrate is not particularly helpful in this case. Magnesium is something we can supplement as well, although the more research I've done, I actually think magnesium should be best taken in food or topically. So doing magnesium in your bath, doing some lotions that are clean without other toxins, or doing a magnesium spray is going to be the best thing to do to supplement your magnesium if needed. Finally, let's talk about B vitamins. I find the way that B vitamins interact with the heart fascinating. So let's talk about a little bit that I've learned. First off, the nerves going to the muscle of the heart need B vitamins. The muscle itself needs B vitamins to contract efficiently, and then the connection between the nerve and the muscle also needs B vitamins. So in every way that our heart beats, we need B vitamins to contract. We also need minerals to have that muscle be in a willing place to contract, but without one or the other, we're going to have issues. The heartbeat will become inefficient for a very long time before death occurs. So if your heart is not very strong, maybe your heartbeat is quiet if you try to listen to your heart, or you easily get tired, or you find yourself saying, I can't all the time, which is the original definition of B vitamin deficiency, or beriberi disease, translated from the original language is I can't. When you are doing that, your body is saying you need support, usually B vitamins, to help your heart more efficiently beat. It's important to note as I'm talking about B vitamins, I am talking about B vitamins from a food source. Synthetic B vitamins can sometimes have a little beneficial effect in our body, but they often are actually more harmful to the body than helpful overall. If you are taking a B vitamin as a supplement, you want to make sure that you are getting them from a food-based B vitamin, not a synthesized B vitamin. Even some high-quality companies use synthetic B vitamins in their products. The way to check this is to see, is your ingredient list about food or is it a list of chemicals? Methylated B vitamins are also something I don't recommend. That's too long to get into in this particular video, but looking up methylation versus riboflavin deficiency is a really fascinating topic to study. Riboflavin is B2, and this is found primarily in liver. And a lot of research shows that if you have enough riboflavin, you aren't going to manifest any methylation issues. Again, eating liver is your best source of B vitamins, and eating heart is also an amazing source of B vitamins, especially the ones that our heart needs. When your heart doesn't have enough B vitamins, the left ventricle especially becomes long and enlarged. The muscle actually becomes thicker because that inefficient muscle, the body's solution is make more of it. When that elonged heart starts beating, you are going to get inefficient blood release from the heart, but you're also going to get potentially valve issues, which might cause murmurs and eventually lead to congestive heart failure. All of this can actually be reversed by giving your heart the nutrition it needs. This is something I've loved studying. It is so amazing because we all need a heart. That's not optional for life, right? This is one of the reasons that I love the heart sound recording. We have videos about that as well if you're interested. The heart sound recording is a way to learn how strong your heart is, how well it's responding, how much nutrition it has, and what you could do to support and reverse any kind of tiredness or malnutrition that you're experiencing. The last thing I want to talk about related to B vitamins is that when your heart is getting enough B vitamins and the muscle is efficient, you actually have a decreased glucose need. The heart needs more glucose than any other organ or gland in the body, including the brain. So when your heart is inefficient, you're going to need even more glucose. This is actually a cause of a lot of people's sugar cravings. Their heart is asking for sugar and carbohydrates to help the heart beat because it is inefficient because of mineral or B vitamin deficiency. When you have a fed, nourished heart, your glucose needs will go down, and you may find your sugar cravings and all the subsequent health issues, maybe weight, maybe diabetes, will go away potentially as you are correcting your B vitamin deficiency. There is so much more to learn about the heart, but that is some of my favorite things and a good place for you guys to get started. That is it for today. There's so much about the heart. It's a fascinating, deep subject, and there's so many books that I could talk about. But this is the basics about the heart, and hopefully has given you some really good information on how to care for your heart. If you're interested in the books, make sure to check them below. The other videos we've done about cholesterol or heart sound recordings that are on our channel, check those out as well. Finally, we have a lot of recipes over at bewellclinic.net/realfoodrecipes, which include recipes for heart and liver. These are delicious recipes. There's a variety, so hopefully there's one you can find that you really enjoy eating. And I hope this month you eat for your heart and you take care of your heart and you've enjoyed learning about your heart. Come back for more tips on how to care for your body, and I'll see you in the next video.